Hello, welcome to The Internet is Not YouTube, How to Transition Students into a Tech-Driven Economy. This webinar is the first in a series of webinars from Digitability. Today, the majority of people with disabilities are unemployed. Meanwhile, we are approaching a time where 75% of all jobs in the United States will require digital literacy. In special education, we have a term called the cliff. The cliff denotes the drop-off in services that are supporting students with disabilities as they transition into adulthood. On the other side of the cliff is our technology-driven society and economy. As the majority of our students fall off that cliff, they are isolated. This lends to depression, increased anxiety, and often regression. The Digitability program is creating a path for inclusion for this large and growing population through digital literacy. We know that adolescents are savvy with today's technology. However, when we ask special education students the seemingly simple question, what is the internet? What is our #1 response? It's YouTube. Students are referencing their experiential knowledge about using the internet, but they don't have a strong foundation of the digital literacy skills that are necessary for truly leveraging technology as they pursue their independence. At Digitability, we say technology is to employment as phonics is to reading. In other words, it's not enough to teach tech skills in an ad hoc method. For example, you can't teach something as common as sending email without building the necessary foundation. If we want our students to use email, we will need to introduce them to the concept of the username, and with a username comes a password. And then we need to explicitly allow them to understand not only logging in, but the importance of logging out. And why is it important to emphasize logging out? Well, for a student to create an account in Gmail through that web application, they had to offer personal information when creating their account. It's extremely important that our students understand when it's appropriate to offer personal information versus private information. And they also need to understand what it means to share something when it becomes public information. We must build a true literacy in a format that is accessible, where students can build capacity incrementally. Digitability uses Bloom's taxonomy of cognitive development combined with principles of applied behavior analysis so that these skill sets can generalize. To illustrate how we build capacity for our students through Bloom's taxonomy and principles of applied behavior analysis, I'll demo the very first lesson in our curriculum, which is called, What is the Internet? We are demoing the student experience of Digitability. We'll cover the teacher and administrator data tools in a later webinar. The Digitability program is designed to feel like a game where students unlock and earn badges when completing lessons and activities. Each lesson in this unit, called Internet Basics, is linked to a measurable objective where students learn to identify basic internet terminology. In this badge called the Internet, Digitability breaks down the abstract concept of using the internet into information that's accessible and explicit. Students can either click or touch the badge to start the lesson.
What is the internet? The internet is a computer network that connects people across the world. This means that people all over the world can view and interact with the same websites and each other. This is possible because the website actually lives in the network. That is why you can view the same web page from your house or from your classroom. That is also why a person in another city, state, or even country can also see that same website. Let's review what you learned in this video. You know that the internet connects people across the world. You know that you can view the same website from any computer. You can replay this video or go to the activity to unlock your next badge.
You'll notice that the lesson was short, and the pace of the voiceover allowed for extended processing time. The language was explicit, and there is built-in repetition of the key concepts. So let's move on to the activity.
Complete this activity to earn your next badge. You know that the internet connects people all over the world. Click on the picture that shows how the internet connects people.
In this unit of the curriculum, we are building conceptual knowledge. Therefore, this activity is a multiple choice and is designed to evoke a strong visual-verbal association with the concept of the internet. As we build capacity and move into later stages of Bloom's taxonomy, the curriculum modules provide simulated environments where students practice skill sets such as sending email in Gmail or using collaboration in the cloud tools and Google Drive apps. If the student were to make an incorrect attempt in any step of an activity, they receive a prompt.
Try again. Remember, you can view the same website from any computer in the world. Click on the picture that shows how the internet connects people.
Try again after receiving a prompt. When they answer the question correctly, they unlock their virtual reward and receive immediate positive reinforcement.
Congratulations! You unlocked the Internet badge. The Internet is a computer network that connects people across the world.
You can see that the next badge has been unlocked, but the Digitability program does not start and stop with the online modules. We have a library of resources for implementation, including pre-assessments to establish baseline literacies, lesson plans that are already differentiated for a variety of learning profiles, SMART IEP goals and objectives for a variety of learning goals not isolated to technology, but can also include socialization and communication goals, as well as different types of functional academic goals. This is all wrapped up in project-based learning assignments, where there are differentiated roles for all students. There are 4 stages to the Digitability curriculum, each with hundreds of online lessons, just like the internet lesson we viewed together. In stage 1, the Internet Navigator, students learn to define and use basic online applications like browsers and search engines while demonstrating appropriate and safe online behavior. We talk more about social nuances of online behavior in our next webinar. In stage 2, students learn to use Google Maps, calendars, docs, and more. These tools develop both independent living as well as work-ready skills like time and task management, workplace communication and socialization, and other standard skills you would use in the workplace: word processing, presentation softwares, managing a budget, travel training, and overall problem solving. So you're starting to see how technology is not an isolated study, but how it lives and breathes beneath our everyday independent living and work skills. In stage 3, the tech-savvy ambassador, students have built a routine around using technology. And now they all have a role to play in project-based learning where they fill a job role in the classroom. Traditionally, this may have been to slam the erasers on the wall or to wipe down the desks and fix the chairs. But in the Digitability program, we help teachers create a simulated work environment that mirrors what job environments look like today. All roles in these projects are differentiated, so all students can showcase their contributions and reflect on their participation. In stage 4, the prime professional, students package their portfolio of projects, demonstrating both their technical skill, but also those soft work-ready skills necessary to become employed, that were all developed through the Digitability program. Students explore their job interests and align capacity building towards their transition goals to prepare for the workforce. Digitability is currently working to partner with national employers, so we can not only offer specific certifications to jobs at those companies, but also create a pipeline of candidates to those employers who are actively seeking to diversify their workforce. I'll wrap up this webinar with a quick story that demonstrates how we shape student interest into marketable skills while developing social and emotional capacity. This is Michael. Michael is a student in a middle school autistic support classroom in a large urban school district. Michael loves Sonic the Hedgehog. In fact, he would prefer to watch YouTube videos of Sonic all day or spend time drawing images of Sonic and his friends. Michael's classroom is using the Digitability program where he is developing a variety of digital literacy skills. His interest in Sonic is now being expressed through animation. After creating animations of Sonic, Michael used Google Slides to create a presentation describing the process of creating animations. First, he talked about why he loves Sonic. Then he talked about how he used the animation app Flip a Clip to create his video. This was Michael's way of going through a metacognitive process and analyzing the task to creating a video. Michael also included a little video on the research he did. He told us that he wanted to create 3D models so he could really understand how these characters moved. And this would make the body language in his video animation more accurate. Michael already knows that he's an artist and that he wants to be a video game designer. This is one of Michael's animations.
How dare you open a spaceman's helmet on an uncharted planet, my eyeballs could have been sucked from their sockets. You actually think you're the Buzz Lightyear? Oh, all this time I thought it was an act. Hey, guys, look! It's the real Buzz Lightyear! You're mocking me, aren't you? Oh, no. Guys, look, an alien!
Getting Michael to this point where he could make an animation and then build a presentation to think about how he did it was a process. And Michael is still working on a variety of personal educational goals. For example, Michael still struggles with a variety of social interactions. We asked Michael to share his work with other people, and this provoked a major meltdown. But here he is, motivated, confident, and proud of himself and his work. This picture is from a presentation Michael gave to an audience of over 100 strangers. Michael, his classmates, and other students in special education classrooms across the country should not be falling off the cliff and into isolation. If we intend to change the current ecosystem, where 70% of people with disabilities are unemployed, and put our students on a path to inclusion and independence, then providing the necessary digital literacy training to our students is imperative. As a former teacher who sat through many professional, you should never leave a learning experience without something that you can readily implement soon enough. So as to thank you for registering for our webinar, you will receive a free supplemental materials kit from the What is the Internet lesson in the Digitability curriculum, along with a link to this archived webinar. If you're interested in learning more about bringing the Digitability program to your school or organization, have your administrator or program director submit a demo request form on our website. We will also put the link in the webinar chat. Thank you again for joining us. It was the first of our monthly series providing an overview of the Digitability program. Next month, we will talk about the nuances of socialization online. I look forward to seeing you at our next monthly webinar. Thanks again for your support and advocacy. Have a great day.